Are you looking for an LGBTQ affirming Christian church in the Salt Lake City area? If so, I have great news for you. So far I've found about 13 LGBTQ affirming Christian churches in the Salt Lake City area, and I'm visiting all of them so that I can give recommendations and tell you a little bit about these churches. And the one I'm going to tell you about today is called the Sacred Light of Christ Church in Salt Lake City. And so if you notice the name, Salt Lake City, the initials are SLC, and this is Sacred Light of Christ Church. So it's kind of a cute name. I like it. And so first impressions when I got to this church, it's in an older neighborhood in Salt Lake. And so the building is a historic building. It's quite beautiful. It looks like a house in the neighborhood. But you go in, and the first thing you notice is a beautiful stained glass of Jesus with a rainbow behind him. And the church was very welcoming and friendly when I came in. And this church is made up mostly of people who would identify as LGBTQ, but they are very welcoming to anyone. And this church is quite small as far as numbers. I'm guessing that there was probably about 20 members or so. So it's quite small. Many of the members have been there for years. This church has a lot of history. This is the oldest LGBTQ affirming church in Salt Lake City. And they've been doing uh, same-sex marriages for 40 years. So they have been, really pioneers in caring for the LGBTQ community's spiritual needs. And they are very solidly Christian. So this is a church that in every way is very orthodox and in Christian doctrine, as far as I can tell. The sermon I heard was very Orthodox Christian sermon. And what else? The music was great. They have a music minister that leads, and they just did a great job. I really enjoyed worshiping at this church. After church, we had fellowship and we had a lunch together. So I got to know some of the people there. It was great, wonderful people. So I had a really good experience at the Sacred Life of Christ Church, and I definitely recommend checking out this church, especially if you're looking for a small church that has a family feel and where you'll be treated like family. These people were just obviously loved Jesus Christ and were committed to each other, serving one another. And I also believe they have a Bible study during the week. And, so this is a church with history. It's a church that is solidly Christian and that where the members know each other well. So I highly recommend this church. Check it out. And if you want to find out more about affirming churches in Salt Lake City area, subscribe to this channel and look out for my next church recommendations. Thanks for watching.
His own self for heavenly